Alec,
What the
how are
fuck
you?
do you want?
What do I want? I want to record a podcast.
Why do you keep
Why
starting
do you come
off
in with
with
such?
Alec?
I don't know, because this is like episode like 105, and I need to jazz up this sex life. Okay, marriage is a long
All
time.
right,
So how are you, man? Welcome back.
dude. I'm doing pretty good. It's been
That's good.
it's pretty decent weekend.
That's good.
How's it been going for you?
That that's good. Coincidentally, it's been a pretty good weekend for myself. Um, let's skip to pleasantries, shall we? And get into this. My weekly question for you, sir, is: have you ever been at a restaurant, McDonald's, I don't know, your favorite restaurant, whatever the fuck that is, a Chuck E. Cheese's, whatever,
Yeah.
and you're looking at the menu and you're like, God damn, they just don't have what I need right now. But what you need is an exotic fucking animal that you can't find anywhere else. Like you want this exotic animal, and society would probably frown upon you for eating it. What is your guilty animal that you just want to take a nibble out of? And human flesh counts.
Okay, okay. Ooh, human flesh.
Yeah. That's a delicacy in some countries.
I think like the first thing that pops into my mind is like an animal, and not an animal in particular pops into my mind. However, kind of a certain character traits pop into my mind when I picture an animal that I'm like really just want to just dive into. I'm thinking of something that's like
Yeah.
really thick, something meaty,
Oh.
like a moose or a panda. The pandas are really cute. I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
You want to eat a panda?
I don't think I could eat a panda, but it's just so thick,
You want to eat some thick panda meat?
I don't want to, but I have this urge to.
I don't know.
What are you nibbling on here?
What do I want on the menu?
Yeah.
I'll bet you dodo bird was dank back in the day.
I bet it tasted just like chicken. It was
like, yeah, probably. But if I'm gonna go with like something that's alive, I would do like I'm gonna go the opposite here because I think a zebra, right? But I think a freshly born zebra.
Oh God,
it's a little too. No, like that's too easy. Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, he's gonna say the shocking thing and say a freshborn zebra because the meat's more tender, the muscles haven't moved and they haven't tensed up. It's nice and soft." That's the easy answer. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not here to take the easy way out. I'm gonna go with like a decrepit old ass zebra that is like dying, but I'm not gonna let it die naturally. I'm gonna kill it and I'm gonna eat it. And I'm going that route.
I tell you what, though, that meat's got to be nice and tender after surviving like countless encounters with lion prides. I mean, this thing has survived a long time. It made one wrong move 30 years into its life, and now it's on the menu for Jack.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add another layer to it.
Okay.
Just to make it, and this would probably skyrocket the price. This layer of specificity. I'm going to make sure it has diabetes. And again, I can only imagine that just kind of enhances the flavor palette.
I can imagine that it makes it more sweet, maybe.
Yeah, it's too much sugar.
Actually,
I think the logic is sound.
Yeah.
The ethics aren't there, but give it some time, and everyone.
You're gonna have to throw out your moral compass for this dinner.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is what we want. I'm not saying we're going to do this. I would be a monster if I did this.
Exactly. Which is a lesson to be learned. You guys, we can't all do what we want to do. You got to, as a human being, as a morally sound human being, you've got to, weigh the devil and the angel on the shoulders. And eating a decrepit zebra is probably lean towards the devil side of things.
And where does eating a thick panda lie on that spectrum?
Well, considering that they're pretty close, if not on the endangered species list, I'd say pretty high. That's just, I don't
these
think
aren't even
if
endangered.
I could take anything back in this world, it'd be the fact that I'd eat this panda. But I can't.
Yeah, but I respect that. I get it.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. Hey, if you've ever eaten an old-ass zebra or a thick panda, let us know in the comments. You let us know how it tasted.
Yeah, and if you haven't eaten a decrepit zebra, also let us know that you haven't eaten a decrepit zebra in the comments.
Yeah, because if you don't, we're going to assume that you did, and that's fucked up. So,
Yep.
help us help you.
Yeah.
Yes, and with that, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of Time Traveling Bigfoot. Good to have you back.
So Jack, with all this talk about exotic animals, I think it's kind of a good segue into today's topic, which is El Chupacabra. El Chupacabra. It just rolls off the tongue. It just sounds so menacing. You know?
Yes, well, its direct translation as anyone who's anyone knows is a goat sucker or the goat sucker.
Yeah.
Chupacabra. I mean, that's like sexy talk.
Oh yeah, dude. All day. Suck some goats, dude. Take that as you may.
Yes. El Chupacabra. Now, I would think this is another household name. We are cashing in the celebrities. Honestly, in my opinion, there are the big three. Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, Chupacabra. In that order.
Which is unique. Not unique. I guess unique's not the word. Which is unusual considering how much different the Chupacabra is compared to Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot. And we'll get into that.
Yeah. So, you want to give us a brief description? As we do, paint the picture.
Yes. It's time to break it down. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, and I guess I'll ask this to you too, Jack. Before you did any research on the Chupacabra, how did you picture it? Because I feel like of all the animals, it is depicted in such different ways. Like a Bigfoot, you know what a Bigfoot's gonna look like, and whenever it's portrayed in media or any sort of like cartoons or something like that, Nessie, you know what it's gonna look like, Loch Ness Monster. How did you picture the Chupacabra?
Yeah, so basically I have been a student of the crypto arts for a long time. I was watching the History Channel. It was turning my brain to mush.
So you're saying you maybe already had a little inclination as to what it might look like.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, then maybe we'll skip this question. For me, I pictured it as like some sort of like wolf-like creature.
Uh-huh.
With like I don't know, like some sort of like, I don't know. I had this weird image in my mind. I had like a mixture of like Alien from the Alien franchise and a wolf, which I guess is somewhat kind of accurate because the way it's
the Alien from the Alien franchise.
Yes, and a wolf. I picture like the mouth.
That'd be fucking terrifying.
I picture like the mouth of an alien from that franchise on a wolf, and what I came to find out though is kind of a mixture between like a coyote, like a hairless coyote, and like a reptilian like spine. Is that accurate to say? Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah. So it's interesting, like what you're saying. So its visual like aesthetic has literally like changed over time.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. Again, I don't even know how this happens. Actually, I do. Okay. But we'll get into it. For now, just understand, everyone, that it changed. Its original look, the original Chupacabra, and we'll get into the specific story, that was kind of blew up in 1995, the year of my birthday. Coincidence, I think not. Illuminati confirmed. it was described as okay. It was described as a reptilian. It ran around on two legs. It was said that it hopped like a kangaroo. It had giant red eyes, fangs, claws, spine, like protruding spines down its back, and like we said, it's hairless because it's a reptile. It's got like reptilian skin. I mean, that sounds kind of like disgusting and terrifying.
Yeah, and it's like 4 to 5 feet tall, right? If you stood it up and back,
it's like the size of like a small dog, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not huge.
Well, I mean, that's not a small dog. That's a pretty big dog. 4 to 5 feet. That's a pretty. I saw 4 to 5 feet as like the general number used for it. So I mean, that's like a
that's what I have.
That's a pretty big. That's a pretty big dog, actually.
So that's what it started as. Okay, toward the 2000s, in like 2005, 2006. So about 10 years after this description, it starts to shift into more what you're talking about, Alec.
Okay.
To a more hairless, crazy-looking coyote or dog.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we begin to accept as the look of a chupacabra.
Yeah.
It changes. I have a theory why, and we'll get into it, but the chupacabra is a very different beast, guys. It's not all bullshit. There's a lot of like evidence that can either support it, in a lot of ways kind of goes against it. It's an interesting one because there's a lot of physical shit that people have gotten, including bodies.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll get into it. But it's a very strange myth that has like a weird narrative as to what it is, and there's lots of different theories. But that's kind of a description. A weird little creature.
Yeah.
Essentially. The very first one was very nightmarish. If I saw that shit, I would projectile vomit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like very mangy, really dirty. It's like a very dirty looking animal.
Yeah, I imagine it like twitching a lot.
Yeah, twitching and like really itching itself. You're really getting in there.
Yeah.
Like a meth addict.
So yeah,
I picture it being like a meth addict.
Yeah, that's a description.
Yeah. That's awful at the same time. Okay, so now we've painted the picture a little bit. We're like artists over here, You basically have like it's basically right in front of you at this point. If I could say so myself, if I was on the other side of this,
right there. Go get it.
I could pretty much reach out and shake a chupacabra's hand at this point. So with that being said, you briefly spoke about 1995. Do you care to take us through, I guess, the first sighting of the chupacabra?
Yeah, so I'm going to forever refer to this as the big boy attack. This is my own words. This is not the industry standard terminology here, but I'm going to call it the big boy attack. This is the attack. This is the thing that put Chupacabra on the map. And I think I'm also going to start referring to him as the Chup.
Yeah, or the Chup. The Chupa? Maybe the Chupa? El Chupa?
Yeah, I think I saw people calling it the Chupa.
Okay.
If you're a real day one Chupacabra fan like us, you call it the Chupa.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The big boy attack that put Chupa on the map. So it's actually debated about when the first sighting was. Some even say it was back to the 1950s, but that shit was like, that was probably just their mom just got out of bed. You know what I'm saying? That was like not.
And there's probably one of those scenarios where like it was only first taken seriously in like the 90s. So then people started digging back to further make it a little more legit. So they try to find more evidence back further to solidify it. But
yeah. So what is this attack? It's rather straightforward. Puerto Rico, 1995. It's an island. It's a U.S. territory. Basically, at a ranch or a farm of some kind, the owner found 8 of their sheep dead, drained of blood, with 3 puncture wounds in their chests. That's weird,
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't imagine that you'd find that very often.
So, I mean, 8, it's bizarre. And a lot of times these things aren't really eaten besides their blood is gone. So it's like vampiric in nature. It's sucking their blood, whatever. So obviously it's like, what the fuck is killing my sheep here? And then it goes on. It goes on. It kind of spreads like a virus. These very similar attacks across Puerto Rico. And it also gets out of Puerto Rico. And throughout time, it ends up spreading to what the fuck?
Like a few, like 5 or 6 Spanish majority speaking countries, right?
Here it is.
Okay.
It reigned terror in Puerto Rico, Brazil, Chile, Mexico, and the United States itself.
Like in Texas, right?
And Texas, Miami.
Oh, really?
Like, I think Illinois, I think, was on that. Which, yeah, it took a little vacation up north and it came back down.
I guarantee that there's someone that was like living in, I don't know, Brazil. And it was just like, oh my God, my entire life I've been plagued by the fucking chupacabra. Where's the last place you think this thing is going to follow you to? Illinois.
Yeah, they went to Illinois.
He
went to Illinois to get away from it, dude. He spent every last penny he had.
Yeah.
You know?
He sold his family
and the
farm.
fucking chupacabra showed up and ate his goats again.
Yeah.
It's hard out there. So that's like this initial attack, the big boy attack happened in 95. The legend of the Chupa begins, and essentially it was described by an eyewitness. And that's what like blew it up. And her name was Madeline Tolentino.
Okay.
And she described it. She described what we said back that 95 description. Reptilian, 2 feet, hopped around like a goddamn kangaroo on meth, big eyes, fangs, and claws, and a tail and 4 feet. She's basically what started that.
Okay. So you got the first incident that basically spurred the entire movement for the chupacabra, but like you said, like a bunch of different scenarios or different incidents started popping up all over to these Spanish-speaking countries, right?
Yeah, and they were taking out not only goats, it was like all your livestock. So cows were getting nailed, chickens, goats and sheep, obviously, and there are also sightings of like cows with like their udders removed, and like some reportings organs were also gone. The consistent like method that was done on all these things was they were drained of blood and just found dead like the next day. And that was the very consistent thing that everyone was like, we got a chupacabra, we got a chupa, everyone grab your pitchforks and torches, like,
yeah,
we gotta take our, we gotta make.
I'll be honest. When you say every single time you say, the El Chupa or the Chupa, I just think of Taco Bell's cheesy gordita crunch. So I get a little bit hungry every time. Every time you mention that. But continue.
Well, that's fair. I think in a similar way, the cheesy gordita crunches are killing our livestock in a way.
I would argue that the cheesy gordita crunch has probably killed more people than the chupacabra.
I think we should have an episode on the cheesy gordita crunch, and we can like describe it at the beginning and talk about like its like origin. I think we can make that work.
I'm not against the idea, honestly. So we'll brainstorm and we'll try to hash it out.
Like something's out there. You know, say what you will about this little freaky alien thing running around. That's a little outlandish, I'll admit. But there's something out there sucking the blood out of our livestock.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but I like my cheese gordita crunches that has probably beef in it, cows. And I like my chicken McNuggets, which has chicken. Yeah, and I don't really eat goats, so I don't really give a fuck about the goats. But
I'm getting pissed off because you know what? It's not just sucking the life out of cows and goats and chickens. No, it's sucking the life out of our livelihoods.
Exactly. This is dollars coming out of our farmers and our ranchers' pockets every time.
Yes.
Something's out there.
Yep.
I don't know if it's a chupa. Probably. But I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. One of the best, I think, pieces of evidence that this thing could exist is that there are carcasses of like mysteriously killed livestock out there, and a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it blew up around this time period. Okay.
And another thing it's got going for it is the fact that it does span across so many different countries. It's not an isolated event. So.
Right. So I want to take a little break here. Let's lighten it up. I know I'm scaring the viewers. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, and so close to Halloween, I feel like people are already on a little bit on edge. So let's take it back.
Yeah, I'm being dramatic when I say that our chicken McNuggets are in danger here. That's an exaggeration. I do it for the clicks. I do it for the views. It's clickbait. Okay, our chicken McNuggets are fine. McDonald's has got that shit on lock. They have very specific anti-chupa protocol to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, they usually ship out a dummy van that carries the chicken nuggets, and like one that actually really carries the chicken nuggets, so that if the chupacabra catches wind or catches a scent, that there's a 50-50 shot it's gonna fuck up and choose the wrong cargo van.
Ronald McDonald's got our backs. Okay, but I want to take us back and calm us down with a nice little. And we've done this. This is a little segment I would like to make kind of regular staple on the Time Traveling Bigfoot show. And we did it before serial killers, and it's a bit of a role-playing session.
Okay.
If you recall to that, we had Alec survive against a serial killer. And in this case, I will be the narrator throwing Alec into a situation, and he will have to appropriately work his way out.
Okay.
Do you accept this challenge, Alec? Do you accept this mission?
I accept it. I don't think it'll be a challenge.
Okay, that's fair.
Roleplay Royale.
They call it a Royale with cheese.
So, Alec, you're in Puerto Rico. You just survived that stupid freaking hurricane.
Maria?
That
Hurricane
shit
Maria?
sucked. Yeah, power was out for like a year. Dude, screw America.
Power is
they
still
did
out.
not help
Power
you.
is still fucking out.
Yeah, it's like a year later.
Yeah.
Trump like doesn't even like really view you as a true American, and it's bullshit because you're in American territory. God damn it, you vote. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're saying I'm not just in Puerto Rico. I'm a Puerto Rican.
You're a Puerto Rican, and you're kind of disenfranchised by like the American government, and it's bullshit.
Okay.
I'm just kind of building your character.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So you're tending your fields, you know, the power just kicked back on. Oh my God, it feels amazing. You can take nice hot showers again, fresh water. It's great. And you're tending your fields, and you just bought 8 beautiful goats. And one of them's name is, would you like to choose?
Miguel.
One of them, Miguel. Oh my God. Miguel is not just a goat, dude. That thing, he is like a brother. Miguel gets it. He fucking gets it. Miguel fucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're out tending the fields, doing what you do. And you remember those goat screams that went viral like a couple years ago? It was like a meme.
Yes and no. It sounds familiar, but I can't 100% say I do.
Okay, it was like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Goats.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll play one of those for you guys. You hear that, and you go, "That sounded like Miguel." All right, what do you do?
Well, first I just want to say that I can't even begin to know what it's like to lose your power for over a year. That sounds absolutely awful, but I'll do my best.
Oh my God, I lost it for a week once, and that sucked.
Yeah. So all those Puerto Ricans out there, if you're watching the show, sorry that happened to you. That's awful. I wish that that no one should ever have to go through that kind of experience. So, but I'll do my best to give my best impersonation. All right, here we go. So I come outside. Miguel, I see, has been slaughtered. At first, I can't even accept what I'm seeing as reality. All right.
You throw up.
Yeah. Okay. My wife, Barbara, she was actually from Kansas originally. She's
I'm making the story here. You don't get to decide the story.
I don't get to decide my own wife.
No, I decide your wife. Your wife's name is you actually don't have a wife. You're gay. His name's Marcel, and he's from Baltimore.
Okay. Well, okay.
Okay?
All right.
I am the god of this narrative. You are a pawn. You decide what to do, and I guide the fucking whatever, okay?
We'll talk about this later. But all right. So I come outside. I see Miguel. I can't believe what my eyes are seeing. I don't want to believe it. Marcel walks out. He's like, "What's wrong, Alec? What's going on? Can I make up that at least? Can I add that in there?"
I guess.
Okay, Marcel's like, "Alec, what's wrong?" I'm like, "Something's wrong with Miguel." I run out. I'm like on all fours at this point because I'm trying to get there as fast as possible.
I don't think that makes you faster. I mean, maybe if you like really practice it in your spare time, but
I'm bugging it, dude. I'm like rolling
right.
shit. My arms are like back like this, running. I'm like going full on weeaboo on it, and I get to Miguel. I roll his furry ass over. I see what's happened, dude. His lifeless body is like shriveled down to 1/3 it normally was because all of his blood's gone, right?
yes. Okay, I'm gonna jump in now.
Okay.
You reacted appropriately. I like it.
Okay.
Miguel is still Miguel's lifeless. He's gone. As you said, the blood is drained.
Yeah.
3 puncture wounds are in the chest. Very mysterious. You're shocked. You're disarrayed, so that your decision making isn't great right now. It's probably at about a 55% capacity of what it normally is. So your decision making's off. How you react to things is not gonna be best. That's why you ran over on all fours. That really didn't make sense.
No.
But you're distraught, so who can blame you? Miguel's dead. Your prize goat. You look up and you see what can only be described as a chupacabra. And it's like in your cornfield, peering out at you, big red glowing eyes, chewing on Miguel's leg like it's a Christmas ham.
Okay.
Okay, balls in your court.
At first, I look down at Miguel. I'm like, I basically take one last glance, because this is someone who I've cared for a long time. I love this thing. I love this creature.
Yeah.
He was more than just a creature. He was a pet. He was a family member. I take one good look.
He was the greatest of all time.
I take my fingers and I close his eyes. I stand up and I just rip my shirt completely in half. Like I'm just like.
Holy shit, you're going for
Yeah, and I'm glistening with sweat because it takes a lot of muscle movement to run on all fours. It doesn't matter the distance.
You're not scared?
It does not matter the distance. If you're running on all fours, you're going to be glistening with sweat. I'm like fucking Edward from Twilight out there, sparkling as fuck.
So you're okay. That's incredible. So your fight or flight has kicked in and you do not fear this creature. You do not fear this abomination.
No, because at that moment it occurred to me that I had nothing left.
What about Marcel?
No, that is the most crazy part. Is I realized when Miguel died, I had nothing left.
Oh my God! So you used to think Marcel was important. You thought you were soulmates, and then it's once that emptiness emptied your heart, you realize that you're not even gay.
I'm fucking celibate, dude.
Oh my God, you're asexual. Interesting.
Yeah, I can bud.
Okay.
I'm starting to bud mid-fight. All right.
Oh no. So the chupacabra is staring at you, mocking you, still gnawing on the fresh corpse of Miguel.
Yeah. So I'm running at it because one thing I'm imagining this thing has like very strong animal instincts, so it can sense that I'm not giving a fuck. Like I am exerting an extreme amount of confidence that I am going to either take this thing to death or I'm going to die. Like
the testosterone is actually visible. It's actually, you can see it on you.
Yes.
It's just like extruding from all your orifices.
Yes. I'm powering up here. And I'm running towards this thing. And I'm getting closer and closer. And I imagine at this point it's either going to attack me or it's going to run away. So
Yes. Okay, so you are attacking. However, that is exactly what the Chupa wanted. You played right into his trap. You go over a tripwire, which sets off. You know those big logs, and like the Ewoks use them.
yeah, they swing down from the trees.
Yeah, they swing down from the sides. Those are going off. You have 3 choices here to do. One, you can commit fully and hope that the Chupacabra's small arms were not sophisticated enough to actually pull off this trap, and you hope that the trap fails.
Okay.
Which leaves you into a very advantageous position because you don't falter. You keep going straight forward. And it'll get you in a good position to go on the offense. That's option 1. Option 2 would be to double back. To do a backflip, I think with this level of testosterone and anger, it's fair to say that you could perform a backflip even if you've never done one before.
Okay.
And option 3, which would in effect dodge it. And number 3, you take the hit and die with Miguel.
All right. After hearing these three very different scenarios or options I can choose, I'm obviously not going to go with the one where I get smushed by two logs coming at me. I think I'm going to go with the backflip one because if this thing is smart enough to even remotely come close to the ability to set up a trap of this sophistication, there's a good solid chance that he's mastered it or performed it or practiced it to the point where there's a good chance it'll be successful. So I'm going to do a backflip.
He's probably done this before.
Yeah, I'm going to do a backflip. I'm going to land it. I'd say pretty close to perfect. But I will tear slightly in my left calf.
Okay. Yes, so you perform the backflip, you land it with a stunning 9.8 out of 10. The judges would have given you that if they were there. The trap did fail. I would give you the trap failed. This Chupa he's not anything special. He's just a Chupa. He's another soul out there on this big floating rock in space. He's not an expert in trap building. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's playing as he goes. He isn't, he's like our parents. They don't know what they're doing. They're just doing the best they can.
Yeah. And
that's what the Chupa's doing here. It just wasn't good enough for this trap. You did perform the backflip. However, it did do a slight sprain and you said back left calf. Is that what you said?
A slight tear. I tore it a little bit.
Slight tear. So that does put your dexterity. That gives you a -10 on dexterity.
Okay.
So that you do need to remember that in the future of this engagement. The trap fails. The Chupacabra is now embarrassed, but it's trying to rebound on that embarrassment by going on the offensive to try to overshadow that he failed there, hoping you won't really notice that. So he's now lunging at you after the perfect backflip.
Okay.
Still glistening. What do you do?
All right. I kind of spread out wide. I get make myself look as big as possible. And I just start whispering, "Come get it, fucker. You just come get it right now. It's you and me. It's you and me, bitch."
Well, you're yelling. Is it a sweet nothing or is it a?
I gradually get louder and louder. I'm amping myself up, hyping myself up because I know it's coming down. In the next 20 seconds, it's either him or me.
Okay.
So I'm bracing for my one because I'm going to try to end this fight as quickly as possible because this guy's meant for getting on top of me, just a long drawn out fight where he can just claw and scratch at me. So. Yeah, I'm planning in this moment. I'm planning my my Bruce Lee 6-inch punch right to the heart, just ending it right there.
What is your final move here? What's your finishing move? How are you going to end this?
Now bear with me here because this doesn't sound accurate. But you got in mind, you have to remember that adrenaline is coursing through my body like it has never coursed before.
Context is important here.
Yes. I actually turn my back to it. All right?
Wow, okay.
Seemingly acting like I'm going to run away. However, no. I plant with my good right calf. And I perform a second backflip as it's leaping towards me.
Yeah.
And it's elegant, and I'm coming up, and it's oh shit, he knows he's fucked. I come down, right knee, right into its spine. I crush it. My knee's shattered, but I crush its back.
Your flag football career is over.
Yes. My scholarship to South Illinois Institute of Technology is in jeopardy.
I was gonna say ITT Tech. So, real quick, could you please perform what you just described to us on video for the viewers? Is that
Oh, trust me, Jack.
is that possible?
Trust me, I already have.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic, Alec. I'm glad to say that this gamble that you did, because this is a physical feat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you. This could not be done by a normal human being. And quite frankly, this raises questions to me that you may not be a normal human being, but you have performed this and you fucking obliterated it.
Yeah. I do think that's something that, the crazy thing about human beings, I don't think we've reached our potential. We have yet to peak.
Yeah.
So you never know. In that moment,
tool.
maybe I peak as a human being.
Yes. So you've avenged Miguel. Tell me, is the void filled?
For a moment. Revenge is
For a brief, beautiful moment.
Revenge is one of those things where it's a fleeting feeling.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm going to have to go back home to Marcel without Miguel. And I'm going to have to wake up every day without Miguel. And I'm going to have to wake up knowing that my flag football career is over.
That's the saying. And you're also, you realize you're not gay. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole experience is, you realize you're asexual now. So you got to fucking deal with all that shit with Marcel. So, more money, more problems. Thank you, Alec. Beautiful. Role play royale, everyone. I'll ask you a quick question. If I were to come to you with a business inquiry, this is an opportunity for you to make a lot of money, Alec. So take this seriously.
Okay.
Would you, if I were able to domesticate a chupacabra and form kind of a business out of it, and I could make them the new cats. This isn't going to happen overnight, but I think in time with the right marketing and the right product, as long as I have a strong product, I can get it out there and people will like it. If I could domesticate the chupacabras and sell them to people, would you be interested in investing into that business? And being
No, not at all. This sounds like a Jurassic Park scenario where
fuck you, dude.
The risk involved would be exponential. That just looks like a lawsuit waiting to happen, if I'm being honest. These things can maul your face without even giving a moment's hesitation, man.
Listen, you got to chap a few nipples to win a marathon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that, but I'm just saying, I'm just looking for more, I just don't think the amount of profit you can make exceeds the risk.
I'm sorry it's not Bitcoin, okay?
You should be.
I'm doing the best with what I have.
Speaking of really weird, capital ventures that people go on to, a guy I work with from Knoxville, he, breeds and sells chinchillas. And apparently he makes a good bit of money from it.
Bro, there's a lot of shit out there we could probably make, it's just, niche crap.
Yeah.
Could make you money.
It's all about finding what people are looking for. So
yeah,
if there's a big enough market, you can make money from it. So,
and the chinchilla market is only getting bigger. I will tell you that.
Yeah, truly, it really is. I mean, I'm being serious. People are constantly looking for new pets because dogs and cats just apparently aren't good enough. So,
a chinchilla is a dog, though. I thought.
A chinchilla?
I don't know what a chinchilla is.
Dude, look up a chinchilla right now if you can.
All right, we'll put it up on the video for the viewers too, but I don't know what the fuck a chinchilla is. If I see this and I fall in love, you might have to give me his contact information.
All right, but yes, chinchillas are not dogs. They're not even
my god, it's adorable.
Huh?
I want to eat that. Never mind. I take back my zebra. I want to eat that.
A chinchilla?
Yes.
Yeah, they're expensive. I think he sells them for $1,000 a pop.
Holy fuck, it's adorable.
Yeah.
It's so fucking fat. You want to talk about thick?
Yeah.
Look at this thing. What the fuck is it? It's like a hamster squirrel cat.
Yeah. They're pretty dope.
Put some A1 sauce on.